right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to AGCS Monthly News. This is our April edition. And
I can't believe it's April.
I know.
I'm so excited.
It is April 2022, and I feel like just yesterday it was winter break.
I get a deep breath for that because spring comes, renew, and new year. Let's finish this 2022 strong and start over.
Well, you have returned and taken your perhaps rightful place. I don't know whether that's the right phrase here. I enjoyed having Ryan Taylor on. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, that was fun.
For March, but we missed you.
Listen, I love different people, learning about them and what's going on in the school. So let's keep it up. Rotate other people into it.
I love it. It kind of frees you up to do other stuff as well.
Wow. I'm everywhere. You never know where I'm going to be.
Absolutely.
I'll pop up whenever.
So what are your thoughts on peanut butter and jelly sandwiches?
I love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. My favorite is peanut butter and jelly on toast.
Yes.
I love the toast.
Yes. Mm-hmm. To the point where once you start doing that, you almost can't go back.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, an Uncrustable's pretty good here and there. It's quick and it defrosts, and that's a special kind of.
Okay, I was going to ask, do you defrost it or did you keep it frozen or cold?
It depends on my time. Sometimes I'll eat it frozen, but I do like it when it's slightly defrosted and nice and soft, and there's a place for those.
Yeah. What kind of jam or jelly?
Love
what kind
grape.
of peanut butter? Okay.
Love grape, regular peanut butter, Skippy.
Okay.
Regular
so
peanut
like
butter.
a Concord grape jelly with just Skippy peanut butter. What kind of bread? And again, we're talking about ideal here.
Yeah,
Don't worry about what you normally do.
Okay, preferably white.
Yeah. Yes, PB&J.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I get that.
Bagel's really good.
Ooh, I've never done that before.
Ooh, it's good.
Okay. All right. I'll have to take that under advisement.
How about you?
I'll go with strawberry jam.
Ooh, it's good.
I'm not going to say no to Concord grape classic.
Yes.
Strawberry jam and then crunchy peanut butter.
Is it National PB&J Day?
Well, if it's not, or if there isn't one coming up, then this would just be
weird.
A really weird way to start the pod. What's new with you, Kristen Bishop? I haven't talked with you in a little while. And by the way, I'm not just saying that for the podcast. You and I haven't really talked in the past few weeks.
No,
how are things going?
Things are good. I love that I'm starting to concentrate on end of the year activities and hearing about things that are coming up for our kids that are fun. The weather's getting nicer. There's nothing better than that. However, today is freezing, so it's a hit and or miss right now with March.
Yeah.
But, just getting back into a routine is so important, and I feel like, everything in school right now is starting to feel as normal as it can be.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Why don't we pick things up with our April AGCS dates? And I know one of them coming up here this weekend is we have our 24 tournament. This is for students across Chester County, not just AGCS.
Yep, and I can tell you, Kelly Hendrickson is so excited about this. She's a gamer. I don't know if you know a gamer she is.
Yeah, she goes deep.
There's a game conference in Philadelphia. Did you know that?
And she goes.
She goes.
I love it.
I mean, it's separate, like a video game and board game, and she's a board game type of person.
Yes.
But this 24 tournament sounds like a very competitive. I've never been a part. I'm not really even sure of all the rules.
Yeah.
But it sounds like a really fun experience. And if you're a gamer, like really gonna love it.
Yeah, for sure. Get there. It's grades 3 through 8. It's this Saturday, April 2nd.
Is it math related?
So it's math related, yeah.
Right?
I don't know the rules either. I don't think I've ever played.
Me neither.
Yeah, which I need to learn considering it's coming up here.
Wait, I'm gonna definitely check it out.
This is something that doesn't apply to the whole community, although I'm really excited about it. I've mentioned the What's So Cool About Manufacturing contest on this podcast probably a dozen times, but the award ceremony for that is coming up in April. It's April 6th.
The video was amazing.
Thank you.
The kids did a great job.
They really did. They deserve a lot of credit for it. I mentioned before how proud of them that I am.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. I think all of the students who were involved are coming, and I think some of their families are joining as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we'll make kind of an evening of it. If
I
it's
love
anything like the last one that I went to, goodness, I guess at this point it's 3 years ago. It was a blast. It's like a convention.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Let's see. Mamma Mia is April 7th through April 9th. I think on the 9th, that's a matinee, 2 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken. And then I was looking on the calendar. This year, it looks like, correct me if I'm wrong, I think we have a longer spring break than we normally do this year.
Well, it's not the full week, which sometimes we have the full week.
Okay.
We haven't had that in a while.
Yeah.
So it's the Thursday, Friday, and then Monday's a professional development day. So
Okay.
I know people are really looking forward for their kids to be able to have that Monday after Easter.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, and it's nice to have that little break too. It's the dates for spring break this year are the 14th through the 18th. On the 19th, the PTO hosts Coffee and Conversation. That's at the Yellow Mug in the Christian Life Center. And then that same day, that evening, we have a board meeting. And lastly here, just for AGCS focus dates, the PTO is selling Hershey Park tickets through the 8th of April.
That's a great deal.
Yeah, it is. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so they sell discounted Hershey Park tickets, and they get a small percentage, but still such a great service for the kids. I know my kids love Hershey Park. A lot of kids love Hershey Park, but it is expensive.
Yeah, it can be.
And so these discounted tickets really help if you want to take a trip to Hershey Park. So definitely take advantage of that.
So I haven't even been sure. This isn't like a group trip that people are taking. It's just there's an open opportunity for people to buy tickets.
And they're discounted.
That's great. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for clarifying that.
Yeah, no worries.
Last thing here, Pssa testing coming up at the end of the month. There's not a whole lot to say about that other than that it's a reminder to, take those seriously and try your best as a student.
And if you can help your kids, if you're listening out there, get rest. Kids don't go to bed anymore.
Yes.
Get some well-rested time and breakfast in the morning, all the things that help when you're going into any kind of big stakes test.
Yeah, there's a great Stuff You Should Know podcast that's about studying. I think it's actually called How Cramming Works. It's about cramming in particular, not that people are cramming for PSSA tests, but they talk about this idea that having a good night of sleep and being well nourished matters probably more than any kind of last minute studying that you might be doing for tests. So just to highlight your points there. Well, there's lots of other stuff going on in April, but I think maybe one of the most important things to highlight here is the Cciu is hosting a Safe Schools Summit on April 6th. Could you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so back in January, we sent a letter out about internet safety. Our kids are online all the time, and they have access to a lot of different things and different people. So gamers talking to people they don't know, Snapchat, knowing where your kids are, Instagram, all of those things that come with just being a kid now.
Yeah.
And us as adults don't realize. We used to say stranger danger and worry about your kids out in the community. And really what we need to be worried about are the people they're talking to online in these platforms that we have no idea.
Right.
And so in January, I brought attention to Chester County as a whole. There was an instance where kids were talking to somebody that was taking their information and asking them to do things that are very inappropriate. And so it wasn't just an Avon Grove Charter School thing. It was hit by many different districts in southern Chester County. And so the IU is now supporting a parent information. And in that letter in January, I said they were working on this and that there were going to be experts that were going to talk to us as parents. So I can't stress enough to go to this event.
And you can attend remotely. You just have to register ahead of time.
Yes.
And if I'm not mistaken, information to register can be found on our website. It can be found on our Facebook. I know I posted something there.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
So if you don't know about it and this is the first time, please take advantage because I can't think of a more important topic to keep our kids protected right now.
April 2nd is Autism Awareness Day. After learning a little bit about this holiday, it was proposed to the United Nations by Qatar in 2007, and it was adopted that year. The whole objective of that day is to simply raise awareness of autism and to eliminate any stigma. And then this was what prompted our peanut butter and jelly conversation at the top. That same day, April 2nd, is National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day.
April 2nd, will everybody eat peanut butter and jelly?
PBJ.
Okay.
Yes.
Got
Go
it.
for it. And it's also International Children's Book Day. So
I love
everybody on
that.
that day, maybe read a children's book or support a children's writer, a children's book author,
Love that.
Do we have any children's book authors at
We have
our
some
school?
parents.
Oh,
Yeah.
some parents?
Mrs. Whipple. I can right off the top of my head, I know. But yeah, we have a couple.
Nice. Yeah, if you are a children's book author, let us know. The only other one that I want to highlight here is April 22nd's Earth Day.
Well, Earth Day is so important, especially to Avon Grove Charter School,
Yes.
where we try to do so much green initiative here.
Yes.
So I love that day in particular because I feel like we do a lot of work outside.
Yeah.
Kids get to really enjoy what we offer here at the school with the farm. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, and speaking of the farm, this is kind of buried in our topics of conversation, but this is a good time to bring it up. Krista Lauderwald has been doing those experiential microfarm
Love it.
field trips for K-3 students, and I was out there filming a little bit for like our mini documentary that we're working on about the farm. But man, she has a great setup out there. Those students are getting to see all of the different stuff that we have, from the farm animals to how to shear the sheep in order to then turn that into fiber for the art department to use. It is really cool.
It's, I love the farm aspect of our school, but my daughter in particular, who was not necessarily, she didn't grow up on a farm, it wasn't a particular interest of hers, has really grown to love and appreciate what the farm can do for you as far as honey and food and resources. It's just amazing when you get a real appreciation for the food on your table, for the clothes that you wear, for everything that you do. And I couldn't be more thankful for that experience.
Yeah, me too. And I just think, I'm sure I've said this before, but the fact that we have a farm, a real deal farm, and
cool.
I know, we call it a micro farm and all, but I mean, anyone who's been back there knows it's legit.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I mean, how many schools have a farm?
Not many.
Probably not many, right? She and I are going to sit down and kind of talk about, what it means to the school and what it means to her as a teacher, and kind of making those connections to, like what you said, the stuff that we eat, the resources that we have, connecting that to, either the land or the animals or anything in between.
Yeah, and they develop a little relationship with those animals back there. A lot of kids are getting emotional support from the animals, so I love everything about that.
Yeah. This is an important administrative note here. Transportation forms are going out, I think, the day this podcast is published.
Okay.
Or if not, then very soon. And everybody needs to return those, even if your student doesn't ride on a bus.
Right.
Everybody needs to turn in those transportation forms, so please do that.
Definitely.
Hearty congratulations to the students who competed in the Chester County Science Research Competition. Yeah, we had, I took a group photo of most of them just last week, and we're excited, and again, congratulations to those students. I think we have a few who are moving on to the next round.
I think it's great. We have students moving on to DECA national competition too. So
that's right.
It's very exciting to see our kids compete in these academic competitions and going nationally to compete and be recognized, and fingers crossed, might have a national winner.
Yes.
It'd be awesome.
Absolutely.
Moving into April is really getting and leading into some really exciting things. So one of the things I really wanted to draw attention to was keep your calendars open. We are having a 20-year celebration.
It's exciting.
A cheers to 20 years. There is very limited space. Okay. So we are opening it up to our vendors and staff right now, and then any other available tickets will be on sale most likely early April. So, maybe April 11th, I think, is when we said we would start opening it up to the public. So be looking for that. June 17th is the date. So it's Friday, June 17th, and it's going to be such a great time.
Great.
Celebrating 20 years of Avon Grove Charter School. I mean, there's just so much to be thankful for, and I can't wait to really celebrate the accomplishments that we've had over the years, because there's so many.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that'll be a ton of fun. So just to clarify, so that'll be kind of open up for folks who work here first, and then if there is additional space, that's when it'll open up to the public.
Correct. Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
That's great. Spring athletics are underway.
That's exciting.
Yes, it is. I haven't gotten out to either soccer or lacrosse, but I will. I know we have varsity boys lacrosse, varsity girls soccer, and then middle school girls soccer. So information about those games are posted on our Facebook and Instagram stories at the beginning of every week. Andy does that.
Watching them in the hallway is exciting. When they get ready for a game, they're pumped. I have to tell you, I just went with Miss Renzato with the dancers to Atlantic City for a conference. It was a New York dance conference. Cool. It was an amazing experience.
What was that like?
There were dance teachers from all over New York that came in, and all different genres of dance, and taught them combinations and gave them life experiences and talked to them about, just inspired them to be better.
Yeah.
And we left there just feeling so excited. I got to see Fiction from So You Think You Can Dance.
Oh, cool.
He did a combination with the kids. So big shout out to Mr. Rosado for that experience with the dancers. We don't get that every year either. So
Yeah.
I said, let's make this a yearly thing for them, because it really was a genuine, exciting experience.
That is so cool. Yeah, I saw a picture of her holding up, I don't know whether it was like a lanyard or something that said studio owner.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, cool. There must be something going on. That's great. Did students attend that as well?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There was a whole group of them, of the dance team, and all of there was like 6 of them, I think, that went.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
it was
fun.
It was really fun.
Cool. I love stuff like that.
Me too. Great experiences for kids. And that is also where we're headed into field trips now, taking some field trips. So I couldn't be happier about this next spring phase.
I don't think you and I talked about it, but we went on that Flux field trip a couple of weeks ago to Norristown.
So cool.
That was so sweet.
Listen, I love Corbett, and I will plug Corbett anytime, because they make really cool, flexible furniture. But to give us space where kids can learn and have that, the dog, the robotic dog.
Yeah, the Boston Dynamics dog.
Did you love that?
That was cool. Yeah, it was so neat. It was
Yeah.
well, and when I first saw the dog walking, it was outside, and it was walking upstairs to come inside.
That is so cool.
And I kind of like caught it out of the corner of my eye, and I didn't see that it was a robot, so I just assumed that it was a dog. And like as I really laid eyes upon it, I was like, oh, that is really neat. And
Yeah.
the guy brought it right in, showed us how it worked.
It's so neat. You know what I love about Bill Corbett is that he sells furniture, obviously vendors to schools.
Right.
But he allows you to come and have these experiences so that you can interact with the furniture, but it's so much more.
Yeah.
It's like the Disney World for education. Like
Well,
it's awesome.
And they sort of use the furniture as like a jumping off point for conversations about, rapid prototyping and design.
Yes.
Because it's like, how can we make something that serves multiple like, for instance, I don't know if you probably know this as someone who purchased the chairs.
Right.
But those cool chairs that they make, that we have many of in some of our classrooms around the campuses, those flexible seating, one of the functions of them is that the backrest is designed so that teachers can easily lift it up and then use that backrest to mount the chair on tables, so that then custodial staff can come in and clean up more easily. So like every aspect is thought of, which is very cool.
It's a good reminder, because I don't know if they even know that yet. So you learn something new. Hopefully they're listening to the podcast and say, I'm going to try that in my classroom. But we should send out an email probably. But
maybe I'll make like a little demonstration video.
Yeah, that would be great.
But I know that there's a prom fundraiser that's up and running now.
Yeah,
that's on our website. I shared something about it on our Facebook as well.
The only other thing I wanted to add one more thing, and it's just about Teacher Appreciation Week. So it's the first week of May.
Yes.
And if there was ever a time to really reflect on the years that teachers have had, this with COVID and the pandemic, and just really transitioning the needs of our kids, they're so great right now. And whether it's academic or emotional, support, social, emotional, whatever it is, there is just so much demand on a teacher. And so as parents are listening to this, I really hope that you take that opportunity to thank a teacher, even if it's just a card, to really recognize the contributions they have.
Even an email.
Even an email, yeah. So if you could just, take this month to think about what you want to do for a teacher. But I think if everybody could spread some kindness that week and really embrace the profession and what has gone into dealing with a pandemic in education has just been very difficult. So hopefully everybody takes the opportunity to really reflect about that. And for all the teachers out there, obviously I couldn't be more proud and thankful for everything that they've done.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's a great sentiment to end on.
Yeah.
So everybody, we hope that you have a fantastic April. AGCS community.
Happy spring break.
Happy spring break. Mm-hmm. And as always, if there's something that I'm missing or something that you want me to spotlight, you can email me at marters@agcharter.org. All right,
Thanks, everybody.
Take care.